Hey everyone, welcome back to Vicky's Bookish Mind. I would just like to take some time to say thank you to everyone who liked, subscribed, and left a comment. Your support seriously means the most to me, and I appreciate it. I would love to see and read your thoughts and see our community grow. So if you're new here, hit the like button and subscribe, and welcome to the channel. So for today's video, I'm gonna do a ranking and rating of the books I read in 2025, but I wouldn't do it the normal way. I'm gonna make it into a tier list, and it's gonna be ranked based on GOAT, like the greatest of all time. Like those books are top tier, meaning the book was just great. Like I don't know, it was amazing. I would read again. 10 out of 10 would recommend. The second category is you pass, but just based on vibes. It was good enough, you know, and could possibly read again. The third category is gonna be meh. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it was okay, like maybe. And the fourth category is just plain terrible, like horrible, would not recommend. Throw this in the dumpster, throw this in the trash. Please go away. I'm not touching this nonsense ever again. So those are the four tiers I'm going to be ranking based on. So let's get into the video. I'm going to go in the order in which I read the books during the year. Some may be a little mismatched and misplaced, but that's the order I'm going to go in. I'm just going to give a synopsis and then I'm going to rank it in the tier list. I'm going to be using my iPad because that's where my notes are on, so bear with me because I have to read the synopsis. I don't know them offhand because why would I? So the first book is The Fake Out by Stephanie Archer. It's a fake dating romance between two people using each other for convenience and then accidentally catch feelings. I will rank it part of GOAT. It was a good book. Would recommend 10 out of 10. And I really enjoyed it. That was my first read of 2025, so it really kind of set the tone. So it was a good book. I would recommend it. The fake dating was done right. There was tension, there was banter, emotional payoff, immediate GOAT. The second book is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. It's a deadly dragon rider academy where survival is not guaranteed and romance is very much a side quest until it isn't. I will put it in you passed, but just based on vibes. It wasn't a necessarily great book. It was okay, but I enjoyed it for the time I read it. It was alright. The dragons, the fantasy world, it was good, but the characters are something different. So I would say it was good based on just the vibes and like the tone it set, but overall it didn't exactly reach that 10 out of 10 would recommend. So the next book is Check in May by Ali Hazelwood. I would also put that in you passed just based on vibes because Ali Hazelwood is a very good author to me, at least. She's like the greatest. Anything she puts on paper, I'm gonna read it. So it's about a former chess prodigy is pulled back into the competitive chess world and falls for her mysterious rival. Okay, it was cute, it was smart, it was cool, and I had a good time, so why not? It passed, I would say, based on vibes. So that's this. It's gonna go in the second tier. Third book is Betting on You by Lynn Painter. It's about two teens who meet every summer for a slow burn friendship to romance through banter and emotional growth. It was fun, it was sweet, it was enjoyable. It passed based on vibes because it was just good. It wasn't too much thinking. It was just fun and enjoyable. The next book is Spiral by Bal Cabra. It's about a contemporary romance dealing with mental health, emotional spirals, and healing through connection. It was mostly vibes more than the plot, but I still enjoyed it. It's still good. I would still recommend it. I could still read it again, so it was good. was just chill, just chill. The next books, a little tempting and a little jaded by Kelsey Ray. They're both romances centered on emotional walls, judgment, and learning to trust again. I enjoyed them in the moment. They were good. I don't remember anything about them. All I know is they were good enough to get onto this part of the tier list, but apart from that, I don't remember anything. They were good. They passed. The vibes were okay. I think I rated them like a 4.5, maybe 5, but they were good. The next book is Brother of the King's Consort by Amiza R. It was a good book. It passed based on vibes. I think it could possibly be a GOAT book, but there was something missing in it that I don't know what was missing, but it just didn't make it to 10 out of 10. Maybe like an 8.59, I would say, but it was good. It's a fantasy romance with political tension, court intrigue, and forbidden feelings. Had an interesting premise. I liked the world building, I liked the magic, I liked the everything about it. It was very interesting, I would say. It's part of a 2-book series, I believe. And I read the first book. It was okay, manageable. But the second one, this one, I would say was better. The next book is Nightshade by Autumn Woods. It's a dark fantasy with morally gray characters, secrets, and power struggles. It's a 2-book series. This is the first book. The second book isn't out yet. This one, I would say you passed based on vibes, but also a little more than just vibes. It was a really good book, I would say. It had dark fantasy, like dark academia.
Bro, what are you talking about?
Dark academia, yeah, that's what it's called. It had those, and it was just all around a good book. It was fun, it was enjoyable, and it was a quick read too. I would add that it was a quick read. The next book is The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan, part of the Percy Jackson and Olympians series world. This was like a more recent read. This was like December. Told you everything was kind of mismatched. But it's about a boy who discovers he's a demigod and must stop a war between the Greek gods. It was good. It passed. It's not GOAT. Not my best Percy Jackson book, but it passed. Like maybe a 4 out of 5 stars. But yeah. The next book, part of the Percy Jackson series that I read, was The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. It's about Percy ventures into the Sea of Monsters to save his camp and his friends. Classic comfort read. Not competing for GOAT, but it was good. I liked it. It was fun. It was a quick read. All the Percy Jackson books are very quick. That's what I like about them. Very quick, very thrilling, very action. Not action per se, but like very
2,000 years later.
captivating, maybe. Now we're entering into it was fine section, the meh section, the
you were good, I'm waiting for you to be great.
In between, So the first book is Kiss the Sky by Krista and Becca Ritchie. Yeah, it's a romance rooted in found family and ambition. I did not like this book. It wasn't just plain terrible, but it could be. But it didn't make that part of the list, I would say. It was an okay book. It wasn't like I hate it, toss it away. It was more, I read you, so I have to rank you somewhere. Someone put effort into this, so I have to put you somewhere. The next book is Hot House Flower by Krista and Becca Ritchie, part of the Calloway Sisters something series. It was a continuation. I think it was the 5th book out of the 10. I did not read the 10. Out of the 10, and that's where I stopped. It was okay. I didn't like the age gap. I didn't like everything that was going on. I like them as side characters more than actual main characters in their own book. So it didn't do it for me. The next book is Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. It's a quiet romance about burnout, vulnerability, and choosing yourself. It was good. I didn't like the spice in it, so I don't like spice, so just cut it out. That was no. So it wasn't good, it wasn't bad. I liked the plot about the like STEM parts, but apart from that, no, I didn't really enjoy much from it. Next book, First by Ali Hazelwood, a romance focused on first love and emotional discovery. I read it. That's all I have to say. I read it. I loved Ali Hazelwood, all her books, but this one, I wish I didn't read it. It didn't do it for me in any way, shape, or form. So, just meh. Next book, Never Lie by Frida McFadden. This book, I really wanted to like it because it was meant to be my reward for another book that I was reading. But I liked the concept. It made sense, but the plot twist at the end didn't make sense. It wasn't needed in my opinion, because the plot twist was good, but if you like read the book again, it doesn't make sense based on what we were told. So yeah, it's just meh in my opinion. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad. I could read it again just because it wasn't good or it wasn't bad. It wasn't spectacular, but it was also entertaining. So I like that about it. Next book, Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I read Bride. Bride was good. That's the first book. It's kind of interconnected. It's not really a series, but interconnected standalone. A paranormal romance involving fated mates and power dynamics. This book, it stood out, but not in a good way. There was too much going on. There were a lot of plot holes. It wasn't entertaining. I just felt like I had to finish it. Just get it over with and get it done. That's all I have to say about it. I would not recommend. I would recommend trying it, but I wouldn't recommend it because, oh, you're gonna like it. Just try it because maybe you will. You never know. But personally, I didn't enjoy it. Next book, Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. It's about an assassin serving a king while secretly questioning her loyalty. It was an important book for the series. I think it's an 8-book series, but I think this was where I stopped. It was good, but it was slow. So I didn't. The end was good. It ended good. Because I stopped in the next book. It ended good. I enjoyed it. Some parts were slow, so I took some time to read. It was okay, but it's still part of the meh. Not bad, not good. It was alright. Okay, now the books that stressed me out. The books that this video is supposed to be based on, honestly. These books should never have been written, should never have been thought of. These books are trash. This book deserved to be lit on fire and scattered, the ashes scattered somewhere. I don't know, but these books were. That's what these books were. On to the Just Plain Terrible. The first book, Iron Flame, the second book in this series. I haven't finished it and I will not finish it. I got halfway through the book and it wasn't good. I didn't enjoy anything about it. It was supposed to be a sequel to this and expanding the world of politics and the world building and conflicts, but it just felt too long. It felt like they were doing nothing and everything at the same time. It was honestly just a waste of my time and I just couldn't finish it because of that. So Yeah, just plain terrible. And there's another book after that, and another one that's in the works, so I'm not doing that to myself. Therefore, this is where it ended. The next book is Picking Daisies on Sundays by Liana Cincotti. This book, I wanted to like it. This book, I paid money for this book, and I really wanted to like it because she's an indie author, so she's not under a publishing company or whatever. But I hated this book. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It was slow, it was stupid, and I hate miscommunication. So I hated it. I would not recommend this book. And there's another book that she wrote, Don't Be in Love, by her. It's about a romance about emotional avoidance and fear of commitment. That book actually, I don't know, I think I lost brain cells reading this book and that one. They were just both so terrible, and I would not recommend ever in this lifetime or any other one. Please, I mean, if you want a cutesy little romance, maybe, but no, it wasn't even that. It was just a waste of my time. I only even finished it. You can see the tabs. I only even tabbed it because it's like I paid money for this, might as well make it look aesthetically pleasing, you know? But I don't know what else to say. It was just horrible. The next book that was horrible and I hate so much. I think this is the book, this and another one that I will talk about. I hate them with every fiber of my being. They were actually terrible. It's the series by Kristen Becker Ritchie, Addicted to You, Addicted for Now, and Ricochet. I don't know what order, but those three books. They're about a couple battling addiction, codependency, and fame. Yeah, they were just terrible. The relationship between the two main characters, horrible. The relationship between them and their parents, horrible. Everything about the book was just horrible. It was slow. There were kind of plot holes, maybe. It was just mainly very slow, and it just didn't feel like they were trying to solve any conflicts between them, like in the whole universe of the books. And why I say it's slow is these two people have 5 books out of the 10 just about them. I don't understand what you need to be doing for 5 books about 2 people. It makes no sense to me, so I'm not gonna read it. I got through 5 just because I wanted to see the other side characters, and I talked about that before. I didn't like their stories. I prefer them as side characters, but these ones, the main characters, I hate them. I hate them so much. And everywhere I go, I see people recommending it. I'm like, why are we lying? Why are we lying? This book is trash. Like, if I see this book, set it on fire. This book actually, I think this book was made as rage bait. It was made as rage bait because there's no way. The next book that I didn't like, the reason I say is it was just plain terrible, was because I didn't like it. It couldn't fit into any other category, so this is where it has to go. It's Problematic Summer Romance by Ali Hazelwood. It's about a summer fling filled with miscommunication and emotional chaos. What more is there to say? There's miscommunication. I already hate it, but I read it because it was Miss Ali Hazelwood. But I guess here we are, and it wasn't good. I would not recommend. A lot of people liked it, so maybe give it a try. But personally, I didn't like it. There was a lot of repetitive talk that I didn't like, so nah. The title warned me. Very, very, very problematic. Now, onto the book I hate the most. I really wanted to like this book. I really, really did. The Jasad Air by Sarah Hashem. I hate this book. I hate this book. I hate this book. I might be smiling because I didn't even finish the book. I wish I did so I could hate on it to my full potential. But up to where I got, I don't even think I got into the 50% mark. It was just bad in every sense of the word. it was too repetitive in the way that they kept mentioning she was the Jasad heir. Okay, the book is about a political fantasy with hidden identities and rebellion. So it's about a girl who hides her identity because she's the lost heir of a kingdom that was wiped away through, I don't know, killing. Yeah, obviously. But her kingdom was wiped away and she was the only one left, but they didn't know it was her. So she went to another kingdom where they hunt her people and kill them. And she was trying not to be found out, but she was also doing things that could make her found out. And then when she was found out, I don't know, the prince of the actual kingdom was training her to fight in some competition, and if she won, then she could stay in the country and he wouldn't tell anyone. Like, the whole thing was not making sense. That was the plot I got, and there was supposed to be some romance in it. I don't even care about that anymore. I was like, what is this? Like, what is this you're giving me, bro? So yeah, I hate that book. The main reason I hated it was because on every single page, we are reminded that she's the Jasadi heir. We are reminded that she is from a forgotten kingdom. We are reminded that she doesn't want anyone to know who she is. We're also reminded that she's Jasadi. The word Jasadi was used 5 times on every page. And this is how small my pages are. So imagine this type of book. That means the Jasadi word was probably used maybe 15, maybe 12 times on every page. Every single page for almost 500 pages. Tell me why I wouldn't be infuriated. Anyways, yeah, that book was just horrible. I don't know. Please, I would not recommend this book. Please read this book at your own risk. Yeah, I said my part and hopefully you heed to my advice. Now onto the GOAT tier. The first series, I'm gonna put this as a series, but I will talk about each book, is the This Woven Kingdom series by Tahara Mafi. I think that's my favorite series now, and I just read it last year. It was absolutely phenomenal. I love that series. The first book was a little bit slow, but it picks up in like the second book. It's kind of fast for maybe the first book, but after that it just gets better and better and better. Right now there's only 4 books out, but she's at the 5th book should be out by this year, maybe like October, towards the end of this year anyway. So the first book, This Woven Kingdom by Tahar Mafi, is a lush fantasy romance inspired by Persian mythology, centered on identity, power, and forbidden love. Backtrack, because this book, I read it, then I read the whole series, then I got recommendations. Oh, read the Jasad Heir. Oh, read the Jasad Heir. Yeah, please don't read the Jasad Heir. They are no in 2 ways the same type of books. The Jasad Heir was supposed to be inspired by, I think, Egyptian mythology. This is by Persian mythology. So please read the This Woven Kingdom series. Don't read the Jasad Heir. I mean, you can. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying I personally wouldn't recommend it. So, the second book in the series is These Infinite Threads. It's the continuation, deepening political tension and emotional stakes. The writing alone was just beautiful. The third book is All This Twisted Glory by Tahar Mafi. It's a fantasy filled with ambition, betrayal, and emotional intensity. Personally, I think my favorites are the 3rd and 4th book, but I still like the 2nd. So I would rank it maybe 3, 4, 2, 1. That's my ranking for that. But they're all in GOAT, like all of them. And the 4th book is Every Spiral of Fate. So good, 10 out of 10, will recommend. I don't need to say much about it. The next book is The 7-Year Slip. It's about a woman who lives in an apartment that lets her slip 7 years into the past, exploring love and timing. It was quite devastating, but in the best way possible. It was really good. Fun fact, I was gonna buy the a physical copy of this book. I was like, no, buy this instead. So look at how that turned out. But here we are now. Next book is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. It's a paranormal political marriage between rival species that turned unexpectedly tender. So it was a good book. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I liked the themes of the paranormal Omegaverse things. It wasn't really Omegaverse, I don't think. It was vampires and and werewolves, so it was good. Next book, Hot for Slayer by Ali Hazelwood. A fun, action-packed paranormal romance with humor and heart. It was great. I loved it. It's a novella, so it was like 70 to 90 pages long. I wish she made it into an actual book. That would be splendid, but she didn't, and here we are. But I loved it. I would recommend. It's a really short read, so. Next book, The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. This is a prequel with, I think, 4 novellas within it, before Throne of Glass and that whole series. It's still part of the series, but like a prequel to it. And I really enjoyed it. It was very sad, kinda, but it was action-packed and it was everything that I wanted from a fantasy or romantasy, I guess, book. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. The next book is The Favor by Suzanne Wright. I loved that book. The communication was very clear. There was no form of miscommunication. There were maybe some, not plot holes, but there were some parts that were like, maybe. But overall, I love that book. It was really good. This is the final tier list. Thank you for watching the video, and hopefully you made it to the end of the video. Thank you. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and please like, subscribe, comment, and share to whoever you know might like books or like reviews like this. Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts on if you've read any of this book. In my future videos, I will go more in depth into the GOAT category and the Just Plain Terrible and talk about why I didn't like them in more depth than this video. But yeah, see you in the next video, and thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.